Now Sri Aurobindo's words from Savitri, page 324. None was apart, none lived for himself alone. Sri Aurobindo was talking about the new creation. So, for those of you who are new to Sri Aurobindo's thoughts, as a couple of you are, Sri Aurobindo says that man is a transitional being. Man has to evolve to the next species, the supramental species, who will function without thought, just out of an intuition of truth. So in Savitri, there's a canto called House of the New Creation, where he's described how we'll be when the ego is gone and we are living out of oneness. And it's the most beautiful description of oneness. He says, none was apart, none lived for himself alone. Each lived for God in him and God in all. So everyone was in a state of constant self giving. They didn't think of themselves. They lived for God in him and God in all. Each soulness inexpressibly held the whole. Their oneness was not tied to monotone. Monotone is one color. So everyone was manifested in a wide variety. It wasn't that everyone was one in form. So their oneness was not tied to monotone. It showed 1,000 aspects of itself. Its calm, immutable stability, abode on a changeless ground, forever safe, compelled to a spontaneous servitude, the ever changing, incalculable steps, the seeming reckless dance's subtle plan of immense world forces in their perfect play. Appearance looked back to its hidden truth and made of difference oneness's smiling play. So, appearance, we all appear different, but appearance looked back to its hidden truth. There's a truth hidden behind appearance, the truth of oneness. So, appearance looked back to its hidden truth and made of difference oneness's smiling play. Difference was a play of oneness. Two-ness was an emanation of oneness. It wasn't separate from oneness. It made all persons fractions of the unique. So beautiful. The unique is that one God consciousness. So every person was a fraction of the unique. Yet all were being secret integers. So in appearance, we are fractions. But in essence, we are a whole number, an integer of the being, or yet all were being secret integers. So beautiful. This line is so exceptional. It made all persons fractions of the unique, yet all were beings secret integers. All struggle was turned to a sweet strife of love. In the harmonized circle of a sure embrace, identity's reconciling happiness gave a rich security to difference. These are also gorgeous lines. Identity's reconciling happiness. Because I feel one with everyone, my identity is with everyone. And that gives me joy and that makes me secure in being different from others. This came out in Ajay's story, right? When he came back after his experience of oneness and he saw the other birds flying, their expertise didn't threaten him because he felt one with them. So, identity's reconciling happiness gave a rich security to difference. I can be different from them, but I'm still one with them, and in that is my security. All turn to all without, now page 325, Savitri. All turn to all without reserves recoil. So sometimes we have a reserve when we are interacting with each other. I don't want to give you too much. Suppose you become better than me. I don't like you mixing too much with that one. Suppose you like her more than me. So that's a reserve. But in this new creation, all turn to all without reserves recoil. A single ecstasy without a break. Love was a close and thrilled identity in the throbbing of all that luminous life. Now, this exceptional words of Rumi, Mevlana Rumi, the stars come up spinning every night, bewildered in love. They'd grow tired with that revolving if they weren't. They'd say, how long do we have to do this? God picks up the reed flute, it's REED, reed flute world, and blows. Each note is a need coming through one of us. So Rumi is saying that each of us is a reed, a hollow blade of grass, through which God is blowing a unique tune. God picks up the reed flute world and blows. Each note is a need coming through one of us, a passion, a longing pain. Remember the lips where the wind breath originated, and let your note be clear. Don't try to end it, be your note. I'll show you how it's enough. Go up on the roof at night in the city of the soul. Let everyone climb on their roofs and sing their notes, sing aloud. So that's what Ajay discovered. What was his path? When he came back, Sanyal asked him, so you found the other path? And Ajay said, yes. What was his other path? His other path was to find his note and sing it with abandon. His note was flying. He now didn't fly for competition. He didn't fly to be better than others. He didn't fly to receive awards. He flew simply for the joy of flying. And each of us have a uniqueness, which a unique instrument to play, which only we can play. And no instrument is better or worse in God's eyes. Every instrument is equally important. In men's eyes, of course, a king is more important and a cobbler is less important. But Sri Aurobindo writes so beautifully for the purposes of your soul. It's better to be a competent and efficient cobbler than to be a foolish and incompetent king. Yeah, for your soul, if you play your instrument of being a cobbler really well, you'll grow more than being a king who's incompetent and not really good at what he does. So each of us has to find our instrument to play in life and play it. So that's what Rumi's saying. Be your note. I'll show you how it's enough. Go up on the roof at night. Roof means the summit of your being, the highest point of your being. And at night, night is when maybe life is dark, maybe when the way is confused. Through the night, go to the summit of your being in this city of the soul. Let everyone climb on their roofs, the summit of their being, and sing their notes. Sing aloud. In this manifestation, we should never hold ourselves back. Whatever we are meant to do it, let us do it from our highest and let us do it our best without thinking of who's better, who's worse, because actually there is no better and worse. Each of us are unique, each of our instrument to play in life is unique. So actually there is no competition. It's a beautiful piece by Rumi. Now Sri Aurobindo's words, page 250, 251 of Synthesis of Yoga. Sri Aurobindo says there must be no egoism of any kind in the attitude of the instrument, even when we are fully conscious of the greatness of the force within us. Every man is knowingly or unknowingly the instrument of a universal power. And apart from the inner presence, there is no such essential difference between one action and another, one kind of instrumentation and another, as would warrant the folly of an egoistic pride. So Sri Aurobindo saying, if I am the leader, an egoistic leader, I'll feel my role is more important than my subordinates. But in the realm of the spirit, all of humanity is one team, and the leader is as important as a peon. Both have their roles to play, and both have their place. The difference, oh gorgeous line of Sri Aurobindo, listen carefully. The difference between knowledge and ignorance is a grace of the spirit. I shouldn't pride myself on my knowledge because it's grace that gave me the knowledge. Grace chose to make that one ignorant, grace chose to make me wise. But the difference between knowledge and ignorance is a grace of the Spirit. The breath of a divine power blows where it lists and fills today one and tomorrow another with the word or the puissance. If the potter shapes one pot more perfectly than another, the merit lies not in the vessel but in the maker. If in any way I am better than somebody else, it's not my doing, it's God who made me like that, right? If I look in the mirror and I feel I'm prettier than so and so, did I do anything to give myself the face? No. If I feel I'm more clever than so and so, did I do anything really? My intelligence was genetically encoded. And who encoded it? Grace. So, if the potter shapes one pot more perfectly than another, the merit lies not in the vessel but the maker. The attitude of our mind must not be, this is my strength, or behold God's power in me, but rather a divine power works in this mind and body. And it's the same that works in all men and in the animal, in the plant and in the metal, in conscious and living things and in things apparently inconscient and inanimate. This large view of the one working in all and of the whole world as the equal instrument of a divine action and gradual self expression, if it becomes our entire experience, will help to eliminate all rajasic egoism out of us. The elimination of this form of ego leads straight towards the instrumental action, which is the action of perfect karma yoga. If ego disappears, then we can truly become not only pure instruments, consciously consenting to every turn of the divine hand that moves us, but aware of our true nature, conscious portions of the one eternal and infinite, put out in herself for her work by the Supreme Shakti.